When you first walk up to the 2026 Honda Gold Wing Trike, it's not something you just glance at and move past. It's a machine that holds your gaze, a piece of engineering that balances familiarity with reinvention. You immediately recognize the lineage, the long, sweeping fairing, the muscular presence, the way the body flows like a single continuous shape, but there's something different about the stance. It's broader at the rear, more grounded, and that's the magic of the trike configuration. It looks ready to take on a cross-country haul, but equally ready to make you forget about fatigue and road anxiety. The proportions tell you it's meant for both rider and passenger to stretch out and settle in for the long haul without compromise. The flat six engine at the heart of it all is more than just a power plant, it's a statement of continuity. For decades, the Gold Wing has been defined by that horizontally opposed six-cylinder design, and Honda hasn't abandoned it. In 2026, it's still a 1,833cc liquid-cooled masterpiece, tuned to deliver a linear wave of torque that builds effortlessly from low RPMs and keeps going without strain. On paper, the numbers hover around 125 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque, but that's almost secondary to the feeling it produces. The first time you roll on the throttle, the power doesn't so much arrive as it appears, smooth, calm, unhurried, like an experienced guide leading you into open country. It's never frantic, never jerky, and never makes you work for the pace you want. That's where Honda's engineering polish shows. It's not just about what the bike can do, it's about how it makes you feel doing it. Part of that smoothness comes from the gearbox options. Purists can stick with the 6-speed manual, enjoying that deliberate engagement and the mechanical connection of a well-timed clutch release. But for those who want maximum ease, Honda's dual-clutch transmission is a revelation. The DCT has been refined yet again for 2026, making shifts even more imperceptible, predicting your needs better than ever, and offering a low-speed creep mode that makes parking lot navigation or backing into a driveway almost laughably easy. And then there's reverse, yes, reverse gear, which is one of those features you don't realize you need until you've been saved from pushing a nearly 900-pound touring trike backward uphill. The handling is a marvel in itself, especially when you consider the dimensions and weight. That's where Honda's double wishbone front suspension comes into play, keeping the steering light and precise while reducing dive under braking. You turn in, and the trike follows without hesitation. It doesn't lean like a traditional motorcycle, of course, but the steering response is direct and predictable, and the wide rear track keeps you planted through sweepers and even on less than perfect surfaces. The semi-active suspension at the rear adapts to load and road conditions in real time, keeping the ride plush without feeling floaty. This balance between stability and agility is what allows you to cover long distances without mental or physical strain. You're not fighting the machine, you're moving with it. Climbing aboard, you notice immediately that the ergonomics are spot on. The seat isn't just wide, it's sculpted to support your lower back and thighs over hundreds of miles. The foam density is carefully chosen to avoid that sinking in feeling over time, and both the riders and passengers' perches can be heated. Hand grips have multi-level heating as well, because Honda knows that cold fingers can turn a perfect ride into an endurance test. The foot controls are positioned to give you a natural bend at the knees, and the handlebars are just where you expect them, no leaning forward or awkward stretching. It's an environment designed to remove distractions, so you can focus on the ride. Wind protection is another area where Honda has clearly done its homework. The adjustable windscreen moves with a touch of a button, rising high enough to block buffeting on the interstate or lowering to let in fresh air on a warm afternoon. Airflow has been studied to keep turbulence away from the helmet while still allowing ventilation to the body. The fairing integrates venting systems that can be opened or closed depending on conditions, letting you tailor your microclimate. Storage capacity is generous to the point where you could easily use the trike for multi-week touring without strapping anything extra to the back. The top box swallows 2 full-face helmets with room to spare, while the side panniers are deep, weather-sealed, and shaped to fit real-world luggage rather than odd-sized cavities. The latches operate with a reassuring click, and the hinges are built to withstand years of use. Even small touches, like interior lighting in the compartments, show that Honda expects you to live with this machine, not just ride it. The technology suite brings the Gold Wing Trike fully into the modern era. Front and center is a large, high-resolution TFT display that integrates navigation, trip data, audio controls, and smartphone connectivity. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, meaning your favorite maps, playlists, and contacts are always within reach. The interface can be controlled via touchscreen when stationary or through handlebar controls while riding. Honda has also included Bluetooth audio, USB-C ports for charging devices, and a premium audio system that's surprisingly full and rich even at highway speeds. Safety is a top priority here, and it's obvious in the standard equipment. There's traction control, ABS, hill start assist, in multiple riding modes, Tour, Sport, Rain, and Econ, that adjust throttle response, transmission behavior, and even suspension settings. The tire pressure monitoring system keeps you informed before a slow leak becomes a hazard, and optional radar-based systems like blind spot monitoring and rear collision warning bring a level of situational awareness usually reserved for cars. Cruise control is smooth and precise, holding speed even on hills without hunting for gears. But the Gold Wing Trike isn't just about numbers and features, it's about the ride itself. Out on the open road, the Trike feels less like a motorcycle you're commanding and more like a platform you're inhabiting. It's steady, deliberate, and unhurried, but never sluggish. On a twisty road, it's composed and predictable. On the highway, it's serene. You begin to notice how little you're thinking about fatigue or balance, and how much you're thinking about where you're going next, what you're going to see, and how far you can go before you need to stop. That ease of riding changes how you plan trips. A two-wheeled touring bike can be exhilarating, but it demands constant awareness of weight, road surface, and body position, factors that can wear on you over a long day. With the Trike, you're free to lean back a little, take in the scenery, and enjoy the company of a passenger without worrying about sudden gusts, uneven pavement, or slow-speed tip-overs. For riders transitioning from two wheels due to physical limitations, or for those new to long-distance touring, it opens up possibilities they might have thought were gone. Even the small interactions with the machine feel thought through. The switchgear is tactile and logically arranged. The reverse and parking brake controls are right where your hand expects them to be. The fuel filler is positioned for easy access without removing luggage. The LED lighting, both headlamps and taillamps, throws a broad, even beam, improving night riding confidence. Every touchpoint reinforces the idea that this is a tool built for the long game. Of course, all of this comes at a price. Early estimates put the 2026 Honda Gold Wing Trike in the $35,000 to $40,000 range, depending on trim and options. That positions it firmly in luxury touring territory, where it competes less with other motorcycles and more with premium cars and SUVs in terms of comfort and amenities. But that's the point, you're buying something that offers the comfort of a luxury sedan with the open-air freedom and visceral connection of a motorcycle. There's also an undeniable emotional component. The Gold Wing name carries weight in the touring world. Owning one isn't just about having a capable machine, it's about joining a community, a tradition. The Trike variant doesn't dilute that heritage, it expands it. Riders who might have left motorcycling behind due to physical challenges can come back. Passengers who were hesitant about two wheels feel secure. Longtime Gold Wing owners can extend their touring years without sacrificing the character they've come to love. The 2026 model, with its updated tech, refined powertrain, and Trike stability, represents a kind of pinnacle, perhaps the most accessible, comfortable, and capable Gold Wing yet. It's the culmination of decades of engineering evolution and an understanding of what touring riders really want. And when you're out there, engine humming, windscreen adjusted just so, bags packed for wherever the road leads, it all clicks. You're not thinking about the specs anymore. You're not thinking about how it compares on paper to anything else. You're just moving, steadily and surely, toward the horizon.